Hey, 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 hey. What's clicking, my peeps and peepettes? Y'all know how I feel about my music. Hey. All right, let's get into it. What's clicking, y'all? How are y'all this evening? Oh my God. I'm so excited because we got some mess to get into. Before we get started, let me welcome you to the TJ's Boom Report, where we do what? We have our sip in conversation. And tonight, we need to sip because we got a lot to conversate about. Oh my God. So, before we go any further, y'all know how we do it. What you sipping, what you sipping, what you sipping. You know, I don't like to make this about drinking, but everybody know what we do on a Saturday night when you chilling, relaxing at home or where you at. You with your booze, your significant others, your partners, and you loving on each other and y'all chilling. What y'all do? Y'all sip. And then what y'all do? You conversate. Either you conversate with each other, you conversate with your phones, you call some, you know what I'm saying? Well, now y'all conversating with me. Just for a little bit. I won't hold you long. But I'm telling y'all, if y'all ain't watching Married at First Sight, y'all crazy. I know, and I know somebody told me, sister on. I know that's bomb too, but somebody got to go on DVR. Somebody got to be recorded. Maybe you just record both of them. I don't know. But Married at First Sight is juicy. Got me crazy. Juicy. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. All right. But before we go any further, what you sipping on? I was giving y'all a moment to get your sip because I know you probably was running to watch me. So you know how we do it over here. Always gotta have that H2O. Must have that water. I told you. And if you haven't heard about it, go back and watch my videos. I got an aunt that'll tell you. Your body is a filter. You better flush it. And that means drinking. And because I can't drink a whole lot of different things because my stomach don't like all this extraness all of a sudden, um, I have to drink water. Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if this is reported, but I heard this somewhere. I read it somewhere, but it could be just me, my opinion. So maybe I don't own the rights, but You're supposed to take your body weight, divide it in half, and that's what you drink in water. So whatever you weigh, if you weigh 300, you divide it in half. What's that, 175? And you drink it. 175? No, that's too much. 300. I don't know, whatever. I don't feel like multiplying right now. Can't do that. 3, whatever. I don't feel like that right now. I know what I weigh, and I know what I got to put in half. However, I have dropped some pounds. Gotta pat myself. Y'all gonna see me slimming up around here, cause my sister had to give up a whole lot of stuff. That's just another story. Ha, we ain't going there. But drink up water. Even if you out intoxicating, you really should drink your water. You still should keep your body flushed. I'm telling you, my aunt drank. She loved her scotch. And my aunt lived to 97. Mind you, yes, she had a stroke at 92 because she did something she shouldn't have did. That's another story. But she lived another almost 5 years until 97 in the nursing home, and she was still drinking because they allowed us to bring drinks in. Sure did. They put their names on the bottles and they monitored. Wow. My aunt had her scotch. She loved her scotch. She loved her J&B. Any old schoolers out there know? They'll know what J&B is. Oh yes, my aunt drank her drink. She drank her drink up until she died at 97. But she said your body is a filter. You need to flush. So flush, flush, flush. While we're flushing, what you really sipping on? What you really sipping on? Because we need some sips. I'm going to tell you, I keep looking to the side because I am going to have my TV playing. Because I want to make sure that in our conversation tonight, we don't miss nothing. Plus, it is extremely wonderful to keep watching these scenes over and over again. And I mean the exciting scenes. So get ready for a treat with Married at First Sight. This aired October 20th, 2021. Married at First Sight it comes on at 8 o'clock. It is wait, before I go any further, what y'all sipping on? What y'all sipping on? I'm just doing a little red wine. I'm doing a little Zinfandel. You know how I am about my Sam's Club. I go get my wine from Sam's. I'm cheap. Yes, I am. But I go get it because it's the same stuff. It go in the way and come out the same way. Just like it do on you. I'm just okay. But I got my little Zinfandel, red Zinfandel. It's a 14.9 bottle. Y'all know how I'm about my percentages. But it's not bad. I'm gonna drink. I probably won't see me drink a whole lot because I ain't been doing my best lately. My stomach been in its own world. So I'm just sipping for purposes. However, this tea tonight is good. And then when we finish going over the episode, when we finish talking about the episode, I got some real good tea. I read it the other day. Mind you, I cannot find that article, and I don't know for the life of me why I didn't screenshot and stop and screenshot at that moment. I think I thought I was gonna keep it up on my phone, and I ended up erasing it. I can't find. I went through all my news sites, but I read some really good tea. But then I said, okay, I can't bring that. I can't bring that. Not yet. Until last night, I found another blogger. So, yes, I do blogs. I love to do blogs, but I also follow bloggers because they come up with some good information. This lady I found last night come up with some, and she had real receipts. She had real receipts. I saw the receipts and I was with it. So this tea, when we finish this episode, this tea tonight, I think is, I hope you think it's, but when we're talking about this episode, remember, we're also talking about ourselves. These people that we see on TV, these are true stories that they're putting their lives out there because I'm sure no one is putting themselves out there not to be happy. So, for the most, we're going to say all these stories are true. They might help with the storyline, but for the these stories are true. And if they're not, they still reflect in our everyday relationships. And this is everybody, me, you, everybody. So when we when we talk about these episodes, I want you guys to actually put yourself in positions and start thinking about your own relationships and how you can make your relationship better. Or did you see something like, do I act like that? Like when, okay, we'll talk about it, but like somebody blow up and act crazy, you'd be like, is that me? Do I act like that? Oh no, that's not gonna work for me. I gotta change that. Or you might just like to be like that. But some people need to see that because they'll say, wow, I didn't realize it was that bad. See somebody else. You think about yourself. So when we talk about these relationships, I want everybody to know we're talking about ourselves. And you have any comments, you feel like you need to say something, please hit the link out there, put some information out there. My baby girls out there, you know, I know my hubby out there too. You guys, put some if you have questions, feedbacks, anything, if you something like you'll see something or you hear something, you'll go, wow, that pertained to me. Hold that in your box. And when you see the people work they out, and we talk about how people work things out, apply it to yourself. But when you apply it that time, you have to apply it over and over again, not just one time. Because every relationship and everybody's relationship is always a work in progress. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be significant others. All relationships are always work in progress. They're always work in progress, daily work in progress. And that's where I think we lax. You get comfortable with somebody and you forget that it's a still work in progress because you become comfortable in your situation. And you forget to keep doing the little things you did to keep that relationship there, and you got to keep them. It's a lot of work, and that's what we want to get through here across at this channel. I want people to grasp life and really understand life is a day-to-day work. It's a day-to-day process. Okay. um Okay, I waited too long. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this going here because I don't want us to miss anything. Because it was if anybody watches, it's a 2-hour episode, but we will not be out here 2 hours tonight talking about this. However, we will be talking about all of these relationships. Now, charge it to me because I did want to have pictures up so that you know who everybody who everybody is. But they have so many copyright infringements and out there, and I don't know which pictures I can and cannot use. So, you guys, if you want to know who we're talking about, you should be already watching the show, and you should know them. If not, go out there and Google them. All you gotta do is Google their first names, and trust me, it'll come up with their name. Marriage at First Sight. You click into them, bam, you'll see them. All right. So we're going to talk about this episode tonight. Tonight. What? Okay. Before we do that, I talked about my wine, but did I have a sip? No, let me have a sip. Whew. I just forget sometimes because I'm holding something and I don't feel free. So, no, not too bad. Oh, I left a little lipstick residue. You know, I just hate when residue comes up on my glass. It just irks me. Sorry. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, the couples are going to a retreat. Now, for those that you don't know about the show, Married at First Sight, a group of experts match up 10 people, 5 men, 5 women. They put them together and match them up to be married. They give them an 8-week process, okay? It's an 8-week process. And at the end of the 8 weeks, they make a decision if they get married, they're going to stay married or separate. Divorce, okay? Now, some people stay together, some people divorce immediately, some people stay together and then divorce later. Some of them been having babies and stuff and still together. So it's really not a bad show. It's love, marriage at first sight is almost It's an arranged marriage. Other countries do it all the time in their cultures. They have arranged marriages. You don't know who the person is. You have to marry this person. You make it work. Bam. That's what this show is about. However, they just give them the option to change off if they want to. What you looking for, babe? Where your briefcase at? All right then. I would say run and go get it, but never mind. Would you like to take my phone? Went too fast. So, all right, let's get into it. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but here we go. Because now I have the show playing and I want to make sure, and I'm going to fast forward the commercials. But this reach, so the experts put these people together and then they give them little different things. They gave them their honeymoon right after the wedding, and then they put them up in an apartment and let them live together. And then, they do their jobs. They all in the same, live in the same city, I believe, most of them. And they go and do their jobs and they start living their everyday lives. Well, they give them a vacation, like a little retreat. So this time they're going to a ranch retreat for the weekend. This is day 43 in their relationship because they count their days down. And the couples are all off journeying and it looks like they're all driving to go to the ranch. Well, if you remember last week, I was talking about at the end of the episode, Ryan's sister was communicating with Brent, and she was saying that she thinks that his distraction could be somebody else, could be somebody involved or something like that. So on the ride up with the two, what do Brent and Ryan do? Brent brings up the conversation. Let's see. Brent brings up the conversation about Ryan's sister, about there's someone from his past. He basically, I took it off, blew it off, like, what is my sister talking about? Oh, so now I'm cheating on you. But he never admitted it. So he never not admitted it. So, but his personality is so dry. I really don't know if it's somebody else or not. But it kind of makes sense if it is because he's working too hard to try to like her. I don't understand it. But he says she has all these great qualities. So that's where I get stumped at. Okay? Now, um, as the show's going on, they're driving up. It looks like McCaleb and Zach meet up. Now, if you remember from last week, we were talking about McCaleb and Zach, and they had got into it, of course. Well, now they're talking. Now this episode, they're talking, and they decide to make a stop at a goat area where goats at, and have a conversation before they get to the ranch. Just the two of them to make sure everything was even keel. Now they're walking, talking, and she's talking and she's making sense and she's not making sense. But Zach is with it. He's trying to be kosher, but his demeanor doesn't seem like he's listening to her. I don't know. I feel it all like they're trying, but they're not trying. Um, they keep talking about she's this tornado, so hurricane. I guess we'll see what they're talking about, but right now she's real calm and um they're out here feeding the goats and he was like, "Oh, stand here. You look great in front of the goats." But the way he said it, he was like he called her a goat queen and she at the end was like, "I love to be called a goat queen. I love goats." But kind of took it as offensive a little bit when he did it. When he was like, stand there, bend over. You are perfect in front of you. This is your home." Like her life is on a farm and like is that how she's portrayed? Because if she is, man, that's like a animal monster like type of thing. Am I? I don't know. I don't know. I felt like he threw a little shade at her slowly. Um, Maybe that's why things was escalating. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. But it seems like they said they're moving forward and we'll see. We'll really see what happens with that. I also feel like Michaela. Okay, well, as we go on, we'll know. Michaela and Zach, I feel like they're doing a lot of talking. However, they're not listening. They want to give explanations to other people, but they're not listening to their own stuff. So that's pretty interesting. Um, I want to push this up a little bit. So Michaela and Zach appear to get to the ranch first. Now everybody is driving up. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out where I wrote that. Where is that at? Okay, right here. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, please go back and watch the episode. It is a really, really good episode. Really, 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 really good episode. So I'm trying to. I want to make sure. I'm telling you, I have to. I want to make sure we stay on track because this episode here, this was kind of for me one of the best ones that I've seen in a while. Kudos to them. I think that they really pushed it. Um, they did a good job as far as the episodes for this one. The shows are getting better. They are really getting better. Um, so we have Caleb and Zach arrive first, then Rachel and Jose, then Mirla and Gil. They say her name wrong. Is her name Mirla? Mirla. I thought I'm hearing them saying Mirla. Mirla and Gil. And then I guess Johnny and Bow, or Bow and Johnny. And then Brent and Ryan. Okay, so they're 13 days before decision day. And McCaleb and Zach arrive first. They come in the house. They're happy. They have all these cowboy hats lined up, which I thought was cool. So each person can come in and grab a cowboy hat while they're there. I will say Mirla didn't grab one. I was a little, a little pissed off about that one. Because why couldn't she put a cowboy hat on? However, she is the same person. If y'all watch her feet when she come in, watch her because she's the same person that comes in with her Louboutins on to a ranch. Now, I guess you just got that many, you can just wear them like that. But to me, elegance don't belong on that type of ground. You wear the proper shoes in. Michaela got on cowboy boots. Her and Zach grab a hat. Jose and Rachel come in. They grab their hats and stuff. Hey, although I thought I didn't really like Rachel's shoes so much because I really thought they was little cityish as well. I just really felt better if these girls would have wore gym shoes and boots. You come into a ranch with animals and dirt. Not time to make fashion statements. You can still be cute in gym shoes. They got cute little, stuff out. So Gil and Mira come in, and of course, I'm pleased y'all watch this because Mira comes in. Whoop! She trips coming in because she's wearing wedges. Because she's wearing I believe Christian Louboutin. Now I could be wrong. Trust me, I could be wrong. But I saw red bottoms on them. So she's wearing wedges in, and she almost fell coming in the door. And unfortunately, they have their dog, but he doesn't seem to be barking. He seems like he's cool. Actually, I'm gonna tell you through this whole episode, I don't think I never heard the dog bark. So was he really there? Really, was he there? Especially that night? I don't know. That makes me wonder because the dog never barks. He don't bark. So Mirla comes in complaining. We're gonna start marking her complaints. She doesn't like the living conditions because it's a big ranch and they all have separate rooms, but it's a communal bathroom, and she is not feeling that. She is not feeling that, so she's a little Debbie Downer right now. And matter of fact, looks like the dog is down with her. And Gil is like, "What's wrong?" And you know how she is, and he was like, "Shit, I'm in my element. I'm cool. Basically, I'm gonna go out here and have some fun. Let them bring my attitude back up because you about to bring me down." Now, are you in relationships or have you seen relationships with people or just always negative all the time? I'm sure y'all know some people. I'm sure y'all know some people. I'm trying to keep up with this. I think instead of me reading my notes, maybe I'll just go free bottom, free for bottom. Okay, so they come in the first night, and it appears that Bao is going to be cooking dinner for them that first night. And the fellas are going to go out and grill. However, I only see Jose grilling the food. Shout out to Bao. I don't know what she made, but it looked like with some noodles and some sauce or something. I don't know what she really made. I don't know what that was. But if they had some chicken, cause Jose grilled it. Now they don't show us what they do the rest of the nights, but first night Bao cooked. Everybody thanked Bao. They, thanked Jose. And as they're coming in looking at rooms and stuff, we got Johnny. He's talking about one bed. What did they think the experts was gonna do? Put them in a room where they had two beds and they could figure out if they was gonna sleep together or not per room? No. At this point, when you only have 13 days left, you should know what's going on in your relationship. So I guess Bao and Johnny are not in a good place. They coming in and they all getting rooms and stuff. Look like Bao is, boiling stuff. Now I see Mirla and Gil. They're a little giddy and cuddly. They showed that everybody else is playing pool and stuff. Then we have Britt and Ryan arriving. Oh yeah, they finna eat and stuff. And I will say that this episode they show Bao a little more outspoken. She is not happy with her arrangement because Johnny has taken a step back. He thinks now that they are married and he's already got the ass and stuff. Now he want to step back and just, let's just be friends. And she's like, I'll do it, but I'm not doing this because it's making me happy. It's only to make you happy. And what about me? So this episode, she's a whole lot more vocal. Um, they are all having dinner together. If y'all watch the episode, why don't y'all really watch it? Because you have one quiet person, and I'm kind of, susceptible for that one quiet one. Mirla. Everybody's talking and interjecting in conversations, and she never interjects. She never says anything. And in this beginning, you have Caleb and Zach like they're on such a good accord. I guess we should know that the show was going to be going in a direction because they're on such a good accord and they're talking and working things out. They're talking, but they're listening at each other and not to each other. People, you have to listen to your spouse. Even if you don't agree with him, you have to understand that that is their feeling. And you have to compromise with that feeling. I know it's hard. I know you don't want to do it. But if you want a relationship to work, that's the only way it's going to work. It's got to be compromised 50-50. You both got to give. You're both. Not one way. Hey, Manny, I got my Emmanuel. I got my son-in-law. Hey, you guys are hungry tonight. You need a good meal. Go ahead and step out at Black Rock in Novi tonight. They got some good. I'm gonna tell y'all. Oh, I know we supposed to be talking about the show, but I'll tell you real quick. I went there for the first time. I thought, why would I want to grill my own steak? Huh. I grilled my own steak. I had so much fun. Oh my goodness. And you can just let it cook and take it off and let it cook. Oh, I'll tell you. And just to see that rock stay hot that long, man, I'm telling y'all need to go to Black Rock. You can cook all your different foods. It ain't just steak. You can cook whatever you want on that rock. Amazing. I enjoyed it. Can't wait to go back. So go out to Black Rock in Novi. Y'all want some good food. My son-in-law holding it down out there. Okay, let's push this forward. Push this forward. I want to make sure we stay on track with this because this was an amazing episode. And now y'all know I get off, so don't be mad when I get off topic. It happens. That's life. See, I think you do that to your spouses, your significant others, your friends, people. When they get off top, you get mad. No, no, don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Um, See, when we come back, we got them coming back in. Girl, I'm telling y'all, this episode is intense. McCaleb and Zach talk a lot about telling somebody if you have something to say, your feelings. But when somebody says something back to McCaleb, she not having it. She not happy about it. And y'all keep side eyeing Zach. Y'all need to be side eyeing McCaleb. McCaleb is just as much at fault in this as he is. Regardless if he crying like a baby all the time. She is dead wrong. When they call her a hurricane, just wait in this episode. You will see exactly what they mean. They go to so they come in that night. Okay, so I'll go ahead and keep going because I'm waiting for it to come on. They go in that night, and the next day, now they ain't had their meal and they all conversated. It's game day, and we have Rachel and Jose and Caleb and Zach, and they're having fun. They're playing cornhole. Um, I believe Caleb and Zach lose, but the way the episode finished, I didn't think they lost, but they took the loss. I was confused, but they had to go do a shot. They didn't show much after that until they got into a little tiff tiff. Okay, so um I skipped the whole part. I went into the game day. They're still coming in at night finding rooms and stuff. I felt some type of way. Okay, so you got Jose and Rachel in their room. You got Myrla and Gil took their room, and then you got McCaleb and Zach got their room. So I believe there's 6 rooms there, and the setup is just went stupid. Um. Oh man, I forgot. That night after their dinner, they had that great dinner by Bao. They had a bonfire thing, and they all gave Brent a nice box filled with cookies shaped like dogs. If anybody did not know and watch the episode, Brent's dog passed away, her companion for a long time, and they really didn't show us showing her grieving like that. They really kept it low key. So I think out of respect for her, thank you to the show for giving her a little respect. Um, that was a nice gesture because with the bones, the cookie bones for humans, they had some sparkles, and they lit a sparkle for the dog, in his memory on a good note, which I thought was nice. Now, if anybody's ever lit sparkles before, at someone's passing or something, as a united front, that's pretty cool. I like things like that. So I thought it was very nice that they all lit a sparkle too. I think the dog's name is Baxter. Yes, his name is Baxter. Um, she threw a little shade though, because as she's thanking them, she was like, "Well, thank you, everyone. For people that didn't know me or just met me, and just to show you appreciating love really means a lot when you don't know someone and you get this type of feeling." I felt she was throwing a little shade at Ryan, like he wasn't affectionate enough for her. Now, are you in relationships? Does your significant other tell you, "Hey, I don't think you were, smooth enough with me, or you didn't understand me"? when they say that to you, you should listen because their feelings mean a lot. I'm telling you, if you don't listen, somebody else will. Just remember that because someone will sneak up in there. So listen to them, okay? As they're doing this episode, I like to keep talking and keep it going because this is so cool. They're all lighting sparkles for the dog. I think that's just amazing. We have to have more joy in our life. So now they're getting ready to go to bed. The couples will go off, and then you have Brent and Ryan and Johnny and Bow. Um, Ryan says to Brent, "Yeah, well, yeah, we can go sleep in the same room." And Brent is like, "What? No, we can't." I was like, "They don't sleep together at home, so why would they sleep together there?" Because Ryan decided to leave the room. Wow. Didn't know that. I mean, I realized that, but wow. So I guess why would they sleep together there, huh? Well, Johnny and Bob don't want to sleep in the same bed either together because Johnny was already talking about putting pillows and stuff like that between them. So, what do? Brian, Brent, no, Brent, and yes, Brent and Bow get their own room, and Johnny and Ryan share. But Ryan, they play rock, paper, scissors, some mess, and then Ryan ends up sleeping on the couch out in the front, and Johnny gets the bed. Wow. So confusing, so confusing. Don't understand why they just couldn't sleep with their significant others. It was supposed to be a weekend retreat to get back on the same accord and fill each other out again, and they just couldn't do it. So, very disappointing. Very disappointing. I'm already gonna say and put my bets on that Bow and Johnny are not gonna make it. Brent and Ryan are not gonna make it. I really hope Mirla and Gil. However, I pray I don't. I hear some information coming out about Mirla. I pray it's not true. However, I did read many weeks ago that she had already sold her wedding dress for this. Now I don't know if that was for publicity or she just knew she wasn't gonna wear it again or she got offered a lot of money for it. But I hear something's gonna come off on Mirla. So we're gonna see about that one. But I don't want to talk about people's mental health because I'm not a doctor. I heard this from another blogger, and she's absolutely right. I'm not a doctor, but something's wrong with Johnny, and he needs some medicine. Brent keeps talking about he wanted to use this weekend to him and Brent, Ryan Brent to come closer. But I never see him put forth the effort. Do he reach and grab her hand? He touch her. He talk to her. He say, "Hey, come over here. Can we talk?" Or I don't see him making forth any effort. He's just the driest, drabbest person. I don't know what type of relationship or who he used to be with, but when you're with somebody that's dry, you have to make a decision. They're not going to juice up. So you need to make a decision. Either you're going to move on, probably should, or you're going to dry down because they're never going to juice up. And then you're going to always trying to figure out different readings. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, so that's how they sleep. Ryan is on the couch and um what you call him? Johnny got the room. Now, if anybody know me, y'all know I'm a eater. I love food. Gonna always snack on something. So beg your pardon if you feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm just eating some cinnamon graham crackers. No honey because my grandbaby can't have them. So just in case she's here, that's me. Now, when we come back on, let's see. They play the cornhole. Michaela is, for me, she's a little rough. I don't know how you guys feel about her, but I don't think it's all Zach. She need her some tough football player, but she needs somebody that keeps her in check. Somebody that keeps her in check. You know, when they talk to her and have their one-on-one cams, Michaela was like, "This is when we're in our element. I love playing the game. I love when we're doing this. This is wonderful and fun." They actually have a good game with the two couples. However, Rachel and Jose are the only two that hug afterward. Michaela and Zach go in the kitchen and, do their shot for losing because that was the bet of the game. Um, they all eat. Someone had made tacos or something, so I don't know. They're not showing who cooked, for the next time. Usually, when there is treats like this, each of the, people have their day of dinner. The couples are all talking, and then the girls split off and talk, and the guys split off and talk. And that's when it starts to get interesting again. Not from just McCaleb's standpoint, but Bow's standpoint. They're talking, the girls are talking. Mirla, she slouches down in the corner of the chair, She really doesn't say much or anything at all. She's a shake her header, stuff like that, but she never intervenes and never talks in the conversation. She act like she want to go to sleep. It's a little annoying, upsetting, to me. But once again, we have Michaela talking about how her and Zach are in a don't care spot, and but they love each other, and but she's falling in love, and then Bao chimes in and is like, well, if you love him, then you should do this and this and this, and that's the difference between you and us. At least you know this, and you have trust. Why don't Johnny trust Bao? Not understanding that. And why don't Ryan trust Brent? What have they shown? What have they shown behind the scenes that they're not showing us? I really wish they could show us more because I really want to know more of the root of cause. Because when they talk to Zach and Michaela, it sounds like they are both talking and they're listening and they're communicating and they're going to do this path, and but then something happens and it snaps and then they're not on that path. Now I know some of you in relationships that happens where one moment everything is good and then something don't go a person's way and they snap and they become Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. My husband calls me that sometimes, quite often. I'm trying to work on that, but I don't know. So, let's cause for a drink. Let me wet our palate a little bit. Because I feel like Michaela can give all this advice and she's talking all this good stuff and she didn't apply it to any of her situation. I thought this was emotional. Bao talks about how her mother and father have been married 40, 50 years or something like that. I could be wrong. Sorry for the wrong number. But how they went through a lot. Her mother stood for a lot. And she vowed when she ever got somebody, she would never ever do that. And she's literally doing that now with Johnny. And she's not happy and it has to end. That was deep. I thought that was deep. See, Rachel is in a good spot, so she really can't talk on much. But she keeps reliving him locking her out. I think that's going to be a big issue, and that's going to come back and play up on them because she keeps filtering back to it. So something is going to come out, I believe, next Wednesday. So you guys make sure y'all watch it. Um, that something's going. I don't know what it is, but they show in the previews that she reveals some secret. So this is gonna be real good to see what's gonna happen. But this week, if I'm not saying that many drama has happened, enough drama is happening yet. Just a minute. I'm told you I don't want to miss anything. The guys are talking, the girls are talking, and I think Zach brings up a good point with Ryan. He said, "What makes it different? You're mad at her because she didn't want you to sleep with her here in the same room. What's different from you not sleeping with her at home?" And it made Ryan go, wow. Everybody got quiet. It made them all think. So in scenarios like that, everybody, you all think of your own relationship. Think of your own spot. If something is not working in one spot, why do you think it's going to work in another? Very self-explanatory. If it's not working in one spot, it's not going to work at another. Okay? It's just not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to push forward because Bao is expressing her feelings. I think this is just a crazy thing. To me, this episode, they put a lot of emphasis on Caleb and Zach and Bao and Johnny. But they're really the ones having the most problems. Brent and Ryan too. Um, but we'll see where that's going. I don't think he communicates well enough. And if y'all don't understand what we're talking about, please go back and watch the episode. Matter of fact, watch the whole season 13 so you can understand how they get to the point that they are at. Um, when we come back, I believe old Debbie Downer and Gil go riding a horse. I think that turned out pretty good. There was no drama there. They talked, but he actually put, after the ride, he got a chance to talk to her again about her Debbie Downerness, and she said she's gonna work on it. She's gonna make a point when you bring it to her attention. She's gonna work on it. Now, I don't know if you know anybody like that, but if you bring something to someone's attention, do they consciously, actually, effortlessly make a change? Do they try to make a change? Do they try to improve what you said? If they never can and never will, you have to understand that it won't happen. And you have to make a decision if that's something you can deal with. And that's what Gil is trying to deal with. I'm sure someone is in a relationship and someone is always constantly complaining. You love them. Y'all have a great time. You have a lot of interest, good things and interests in common. Y'all have fun together. But every time you go somewhere, every time you do something, it's always downer. And it then brings you down. And then you don't enjoy yourself quite like you thought you would have because you're down and depressed because they done brought you down. That person is not going to change. They can. But if you don't see them constantly trying to make an effort to do it on a regular basis, they're not going to change. There's nothing to say about it. So either you're going to deal with it and be brought down with them and learn how to bring your own self back up, or you're just not going to be with them. It's just that simple. You can't be a Debbie Downer, a John Loner. I don't know, I just made that up. Debbie Downer. Don Downer. Donald Downer. Donald Downer. That's a lot of twist ties of words, isn't it? Well, that affects everyday relationships. See how I told you how these shows affect you in your everyday life? I'm sure everything we're touching on, you know somebody that has done some of this stuff, if not all of it, every day. They're probably right next to you right now. Told y'all, I love food. So Y'all don't like me eating. Sorry. I have to eat. Because if y'all go back and watch the last one, if y'all want to catch up to this one and go back and watch my last one, where it looks like I fell asleep, I did. Right in the episode. I will tell y'all, I am not no little young whippersnapper anymore. I kept my niece and nephew and grandbaby on Friday night, and then kept my niece throughout the night, and kept her Saturday and took her to a kid's birthday party, and then came and tried to do that show that night. Baby, let me tell y'all. Yes, if you watched it, I did. I do apologize from the bottom of my heart, but our sister was tired. I was tired. Charge it to the game, not the head. I'm just saying. Woo! So, I have to eat, keep myself going. Not that I love food, but I gotta keep myself going. But let's get to the good part. Let's get to when this episode starts to really pop. Mirla and Gil. Oh, right here, right here, right here, right here. This is where it begins to pop. Oh, come on, TV. Okay, my TV, my remote control is acting up. I'm so sorry. I have to move, y'all. Uh-oh, didn't mean to do all that. Hang on 1 second. All right, I'm just gonna have to catch back up with what happened, because I'm gonna let that stay there like that was. But let me tell y'all what happened real quick. The first a bit of excitement. Okay, this is where it starts getting interesting. They go skeet shooting. Well, it doesn't appear that everyone's going skeet shooting. Brent and Ryan, Johnny and Bob, they actually go skeet shooting. Okay, here we go. Do you know that Brent and Johnny sat in the little go-kart thing and didn't do it? Brent go tell me some, oh, I have a phobia of noise. You know, I don't like champagne bottles and all that type of stuff making noise. Girl, bye. Please. Please. You could have came up with a better story than that. That was weak. Okay? I'm so sorry, but that was really weak. Brent out there shooting, keep shooting, but then Bao go out there and she shoot. And that thing, first time she shot that thing kick back, she's like, whoa, that's some kick. But she was ready to do it again. Messing with the gun, open and close that mouth. It went off. Scared him. Johnny was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Keep messing with keep messing with Bao, you just might. It looks like Bao had, she said that was something she wanted to do. She did it. She like she had a great time. I was very disappointed in Johnny and Brent for not even attempting to do it. Talking about some, oh, that they were scared. They was frightened. Their hands were clammy. A bunch of BS on both of their ends. Because if you notice, they had the earplugs hanging out because they was already had the earplugs hanging out because they knew that they wasn't gonna do it to talk. Boom. Come on now, you gotta give it to us better than that. But I was not happy because then Brent, I didn't see Ryan saying, "Hey, Brent, come on, shoot with me. You know, I can hold the gun for you." You put his arm around, show her how to hold the gun, take the pressure to pull us. I didn't see him do none of that. So I don't know how he was trying to do something with her, but not with her. But with her. But not with her. Well, they're 12 days to decision day. Brent and Ryan they're having a conversation. Brent just basically was like, well, how you thought you was gonna sleep with me? We don't sleep together at home. And he was like, well, I don't know. And then he just had a dumb reaction. They ain't gonna make it. They just ain't gonna make it. I'm not feeling them at all. At all. But let's get to the end. Because everybody else is kind of boring until the excitement punches through at the end. And that's where we're going. Oh, okay. So, yes, first it starts off with McCaleb and Zach are sitting outside talking. Michaela jumps up. She don't like something Zach says. She jumps up, swatting like, "Oh man, I can't do this! I can't do this!" I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, "She fly? Is it a bug or something on it? What? A bee or something?" It was something he said, and she was acting like that. That's how he said she acts, and he doesn't like. What is that? Her? She had a little tornado right there. That was the beginning of her acting up. She had a little tornado. But she got up swinging her arms and I can't do this. I can't. Did y'all just hear him? And he's sitting there like this. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about. He's so mild, mannered, and calm, and she freaking all out like a bat out of hell. I was not feeling that. I did not understand that. Y'all can like Michaela if y'all want to, but I am not feeling her at all. Not saying I'm feeling Zach either, but it ain't just Zach. Y'all need to come off of that. Brent and Ryan are not going to make it because they don't have a conversation with each other. They have no communication. Listen, in your relationship, I'm telling you now, if you don't have communication, it's not going to work. Okay, here we go. Oh, see? Okay, they're talking. And I thought they were on an even keel. We're back to Zach and McCaleb. Okay. Thought they were on an even keel. They're having a conversation. His demeanor is kind of disturbing to me too. If you see how then just he when she says things, he looks like that's not what you said. But then they did call her out on something because they rewound on something that she said. She said, I didn't say that, and she did say it. She jumps up like, I can't make this up. I think at that point, I think Zach knew that it was time to walk and he was not going to do this any longer. Um, when her family called her a hurricane, they meant what they said. We're going to go ahead and fast forward. We're going to go ahead and push on through this because there's certain things that McCaleb says that okay, this is what ticked him off when she started swinging her arms. It says McCaleb shared her belief that marriage is a lot more work than expected. Zach, however, had a different perspective. I don't agree that marriage is more work than I thought it was going to be. That's true, is what Zach is saying. Marriage with you, Michaela, is way more work than I thought it would be. That's a big difference. If you thought things were tense then, Michaela proceeded to ask that he thinks that they should divorce after when they come to their at the end of this last 12 days there, they should divorce and then work on their relationship. They would be under a lot less pressure and they would might be able to have a better relationship. McCaleb is saying, why, if you don't like me now, you're not understanding me now, why should we proceed after the experiment's over? I'm still the same person. So, in other words, she's still the same tornado or hurricane that she just showed that she was a little tornado. She just showed that she was a little tornado. Caleb and Zach had, okay, that's what happened. Before the retreat, they had got into it because they had this, they was talking one evening and they said this was decision day. Would you say yes or no? They both said no. So then it was time to go to bed that night and Michaela was like, why you coming to the bed? He said, no, you didn't want to be with me, so there's no sense you getting to bed. He was like, if we're not going to work on this, why am I going to stay here? I'll just go to my own place. She was like, fine, go. He goes and she get mad. Since you left, then I'm moving out. See, tornado. She's got that little whirlwind tornado going. Michaela has a problem. She has a huge problem. And y'all can talk about Zach if you want to. Yep, Zach got one too. Not gonna deny it. But hers is bigger. Now, since they had that little confrontation, okay, next scene. Now here we go. This is when it blows up. Blows up. They get ready for bed. I probably don't even need this to watch this because I know this part. They get ready for bed. And Zach and Michaela just get into bed. Now that first night they go to bed, Jeff, I don't know if anybody caught that, but y'all need to watch it. That first night they went to bed. That first night they went to bed, the lights went off. But if you remember what he said earlier, he said that he liked to have, they have fun when they go and get into bed together or whatever. Well, that first night the lights went off and we didn't see no fun. Now, if it was some fun, they didn't show us, but it was no fun. Now, the next night, um, mind you, they all have professions, so I'm sure they all had to arrange time off of their job. So that's why this was only a weekend retreat. Okay. Um, they're in the bed and they're talking, and I don't know how they get to the point, but she says, I'm not riding home with you tomorrow. He questions and says, okay, well, if you're not going to go home with me tomorrow, I can leave right now. She got instantly in her feelings. Instantly in her feelings. Oh, okay, wait. I'm jumping the gun real quick. And why I want to go back and emphasis is because this has a lot to do with what I'm going to tell you at the end of this. So, Zach and Michaela just got into it because she just do her tantrum or whatever. And now he walked away. And now Bao has come in and she's talking to Michaela. And she's listening with such intensity and to what Michaela been saying. It was like, well, if y'all have such love, then you should work things out. And then she gives a shocking a point back to Michaela, like, well, if this is what happened, what did you do? And Michaela kind of doesn't answer it right. She feels real low. So Bao kind of makes Michaela feel like, doop, doop, doop. I mean, Michaela nose is red. She read from here all the way into her face. She read. That's some real crying right there. So Ball actually gives McCaleb actually some really good advice. However, I really don't think uh McCaleb takes it. I don't think she takes it at all. She said something to the fact that if he gives you something, do you give it back to him? And it made Michaela feel like this because she ends up giving Bao a hug. Okay, you think things are good. Oh, that's right. Okay, okay, I did jump the gun. All right, now it's nighttime again. They're at dinner with everybody. And Michaela she wants to have a talk with Zach because, they left earlier on bad terms. And she's all happy and they're all playing pool and stuff. And they all look like they're supposed to be having a good time. And when Michaela is doing her personal cam, she's like, I understand. And Bao really helped me out. Bao really helped me out and made me understand that, I wasn't, doing things right, basically, blah, 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 blah. They play a game. That's right, they play a game. I forgot. Where did I put those notes at? They playing a game. Oh, yes, 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 yes. They play a game. It's really not a win lose, but they kind of point out things. And the things they pointed out was who's most likely to go to rehab. Um, Bao had Johnny's name with a crown on it. She was not having it. She didn't care what nobody else. They didn't even show nobody else's answer because Bao made sure Johnny got that. Um, who's most likely to leave a party early? We all know who that would be. Mirla. Who's the most drama queen? Oh, drama queen. I'm sorry. Rehab. Everybody said Johnny. I take that back. When they said who most likely to go rehab, it was everybody said Johnny. Um, leave a party early. Mirla. Drama queen. That's when Bao had Johnny's name in glowing lights and a crown. Johnny, 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 Johnny had to win that. Who's most petty? Most people had put Rachel. However, McCaleb got second on the votes on that one from everybody. Now, mind you, that's 10 of them in there. So half of those people said Rachel, half of those people said McCaleb as being petty. And so, okay, so that was the game they played. And they all had erase boards and they had to erase off. Now, Mirla is sitting up in this game with her hoodie on. Um, um, I'm sorry. I'm looking at that because I want to make sure I don't miss nothing. However, if y'all watching this, watch Zach. He's not into it. He's side eyeing Michaela. He's not feeling her. And I believe they said this happened at the dinner as well. He's side eyeing her. He's not feeling Michaela. We're going to see something go down with that. And as it grows, then after this game, they get ready for bed. And that's when starts. My goodness, I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, I'm done. All right. Like I said, they get ready to go to bed. You could tell the cameramen are in there, so it's not really natural because you can see Michaela like kind of looking around. Because like they got the scene ready, but Zach decides to leave because But Caleb said, I wish I would have known. I should have known you was going to do this. I knew that you was going to do that. I should have drove up here by myself. I should have drove separately. He said, no, I brought you up here. I'll take you back home. She said, leave. Go. Get out. I mean, she was downright nasty. Now, how many people you got around y'all that's just downright nasty? Eliminate that. You don't need that nastiness around you. If that's how people are, they need to be moved away from you. That's not cool. I'm sorry, that's not cool. Be mad at me if you want to. Good. Put something in the comments. But can't be like that. So they get to arguing and screaming and yelling. Bow's head sticking out of the door, watching everything. Zach is trying to leave. Michaela brings his suitcase back into the room. When he comes back in the room, she shuts and slams the door. He's screaming like, can you just let me go? Let me leave. He gets back out of the room. He's trying to leave with his bag. Everybody is saying, hey, don't leave. It's late. Now, mind you, I don't see Johnny around. I don't know where Johnny is at doing all this, but we do see Miller and Brent and Ryan and Brent and them. Are they all outside sitting around the fire and stuff and trying to say, hey man, why don't you just wait and leave tomorrow, in daylight. He's like, I'm fine. Let me go. Guys, I'm happy. Let me just get out of here. I need to remove myself from the situation. She storms back in. She's flipping tables, chairs. She's screaming. I guess production people or something in the room with her, and she's screaming like, get out, because she don't want the camera showing how ridiculous she's acting. She's acting so she's knocking glasses are hitting the floor. They probably could have threw a glass, but glasses hitting the floor. She slams the door. Zach leaves off in the night. I guess he make it. They didn't say in the morning if he got text. They said text me, but they didn't say he got home. But he might have pulled off the road. He probably slept somewhere and got a room somewhere. Just not to stay there. And I guess she called her sister, and told her sister. So that morning her sister came and picked her up. And then the group was back to 8. But she was a hurricane. She went flopping through every room she went through. She had to take a table, lift the table, push something, move something. She was just that angry. Honey. She's like, you can go. Bye. She told him to leave. And then when he left, she was mad. You can't have that both ways. Listen, y'all. You can't tell somebody to leave, and then when they leave, you get mad. Did you not want them to leave? Then why did you tell them to go? And then she said, oh, during the course of that, she said, oh, I'll ride back home with you tomorrow. He said, okay. And then as they argued more, I'm not riding back home with you. He said, you said you would. She said, I didn't say that. They rewound it. She did say it. She's so angry she can't even hear herself. Slamming stuff and flipping stuff and doing stuff like that. Come on now, what's all that for? If you that mad, you gotta step aside, walk out. All that open land out there, go. Get away. But don't tear up the stuff inside. You ain't bought nothing. And your degree, or what your job title didn't say that you was gonna be a pay for all that in there either. So I don't know if that was for show, but they let the hurricane. We saw a tornado in the beginning, then they let the hurricane loose. And she was spinning and going like something crazy. Mad because Ryan couldn't stop Zach from leaving. And he was like, what you want me to do? Get in the car and lay down? I think that's what she wanted. Because she didn't want Zach to leave. But yet she told him to go. You can't have that both ways. in no relationship. You can't tell somebody to do it and not do it. Do it and not do it. That doesn't work. I'm sorry, but that just you're contradicting your own self. You can't say leave, don't leave. Get out. I want you out. Stay. I need you to stay. Get out. Stay. Get out. Stay. How does the person know what to do? They like this. Get out. Stay. Get out. Stay. Come on now. Come on now. They're gonna make me do a double sip on that. Because that just doesn't make any sense. If you sit there and think about it, how can you tell somebody, well, you could just leave? And then when they say, okay, well, I'll see you later. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Well, no, don't leave. Stay. You just told them to get out. You said get the. She even cusses on the episode that they bleep out. She said get the fuck. Whatever she says, she cussing. How you do that? For somebody you're supposed to be married to and love, you said you loved earlier because you did an awful lot of talking earlier. Mm-mm. I tell you, this was a good one. As I finished my water, y'all. Ooh, you know this was a good episode today. When I'm finishing all this water. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Michaela the Hurricane. Y'all can like her if you want. I'm not feeling the sister. She got a whole lot of growing to do. And I would tell y'all I ain't trying to cut nobody's coin. But she could not sell me a house. So sorry. But she need to grow and I need to see a better representation from her. Because what she doing, it ain't cool. Now, they go off and in their retreat, stop at another farm or whatever, and they have their ending. They all, communicate about what happened with Zach and Caleb, and I think they all have an eye opener experience of a perspective of their own relationship. But this is where the tea gets good. This is a spoiler alert. I don't know if it's a spoiler alert, but this is something I've read, I've seen. I don't own the rights to any of this, but I will say it is said that Zach and Bow Bow hook up. Hook up. I've heard it from multiple sources now. And I was just waiting on some receipts to actually fall through. Y'all, guess what? I believe Zach, and this is my opinion, is allegedly and all that stuff, that Zach and Bow hooked up. Or hooking up. Or hooking up. Yes, I know, right? I'm saying, I swear, I promise you. I promise you. What y'all say on promising you on my life, on your mama's life? How y'all say that? I promise you. I promise you on my life. How whatever that is y'all say. I read it. I read it. I woke up in the middle of the night and I caught it and I was like, what the hell is this? I should have screenshotted it. I did not screenshot it. I swear, all day I've been looking. I've been looking through all the news apps that I follow and everything, and I could not find it. Whoever put that out there, they had to snatch that back. But I started following a new blogger yesterday, and she had some receipts. Yes, she did. And I saw them, and there was pictures of them together, y'all. I know this is about to get good. If Zach and Bob, first of all, somebody I was talking to said they didn't think that she would ever leave out of her race. That was something that she wanted to stay in her race with her family and stuff. So we know Zach ain't in her race. And then Zach, Zach wants a mother hen. He 27, she 35, and she done got this new calm prophetic voice. That's what he needs. Somebody to, be his mama. That's what he looking for. That's how I take it. Yes, y'all. I know, right? This is crazy. Yo, now go back and for real watch the show. Next week is decision week. We find out what they gonna do. That's gonna be the end of the 8 weeks, and decisions will be made. We gonna see who gonna be walking, who gonna be staying, and then we gonna watch them in the aftermath. Oh my God! I'm telling y'all, Joe, Rachel, and Jose, whatever Rachel has to say of a bombshell, I'm sure that they can work over it. I want to see Rachel and Jose make it. Um, I want to see Mirla and Gil make it. Now, I'm going to say, I've been hearing some little chatter about Mirla, so let's see where we're going with this. And then we have Brent and Ryan, no. Bow and Johnny, no. Michaela and Zach, hell no. Now, if it's true that Zach and Bow really hooking up, allegedly, and all that stuff, I'm telling y'all, I don't believe it's allegedly, but I'm going to say allegedly for my show because I have to, but I don't believe it, but I say it. I think they hooking up. I can't wait. Y'all know what? If it comes out true and I find out some information, I will probably have to drop some videos throughout the week. So, I won't go live until next Saturday, but I will drop some videos if I hear anything. You guys, make sure you subscribe and hit that alert bell so that you know of all videos dropping. You don't miss anything that I have to disperse, whether it's good or bad. Might be something about me, might be something about you. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Tell your family, tell your friends. A sister trying to grow her channel here. We trying to make things pop and do some things. I'm using marriage reality shows as a some type of leverage so we can have some conversation because I know their issues are our issues. So if you have something to talk about, if you have a question, no matter how small, how big, how personal, how unpersonal, ask the question, put it in the comments. Let us talk about it. Because guess what? The best to relations is what? Communication. Come on, y'all. Y'all heard what I said. And I got that one straight from my horse's mouth. And my horse's mouth is my hubby. He got it going on. The best of relations is communication. You gotta talk. Listen to each other, not at each other. Remember that. To each other, not at each other. Listen, absorb, contain, weigh it out. They have feelings and you want them to honor your feelings. You have feelings. They want you to honor their feelings. Come on now. Let's make this equal. I don't want to see nobody's hand like this and like this in a relationship. Or somebody's hand like this, like this. No, no. We want everybody to be here. You and your significant others. Here, here, here. We all wasn't brought up the same. We wasn't all raised the same. We didn't grow up the same. So we can't think the same. Ooh, did y'all hear that? I like that. We didn't all grow up the same. We did not live the same. So therefore we can't do the same. We will not agree the same. Wow. Come on, people. Let's make this world a better place. Let's get along. Let's love each other. Let's hold each other. Um, Quit being so secretive. Everybody want to be so secretive. You don't need to know this. You don't need to know that. That's my business. That's that. Girl, ain't nobody trying to live your life. Boy, ain't nobody trying to live your life. We learn from each other. That's why we want to know what each other do. We learn from each other. Learn from each other. Wow. So take this as a growing experience. Marriage at first sight, if you guys are having any of these issues, take a second look. Talk about it. Be about it. You might want to put this down because this is truth serum. What does truth serum do? Get you in trouble every time. It will get you in trouble every time. So if you want to have a real conversation and you want to pull it out from the heart, leave this alone. Don't drink. Don't drink. And have a heart to heart conversation with your significant other. Love that person. Love on them. I promise y'all my YouTube will be up and I will learn get it through going through because we need to conversate with some other people. We need to talk about some stuff. We need to get some more opinions so we can get some happiness going in our world. We got so much anger and so much resentment. We need some happiness in our world. Happiness. Happiness. So, I just want to say peace. I love y'all. And let's make the world a better place. If you can, reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place. If you can. Dear Lord, thank you for our continued blessings. Help us move forward from anxiety, depression, anything else holding us back from your love. We crave your love and grace. Amen. I thought I was going to forget that, didn't you? Not tonight. Not tonight. Next Wednesday, Marriage at First Sight. Tell somebody you love them. Other than your mother and father. Good night.